Hello friends. My scooter video didn't turn out today because of two things. One, the GoPro is taking a while to charge. I think I may be needing to get a new one. And two, I did take the scooter for a ride, but I don't think I rode it long enough to charge the battery, so I've got it on the trickle charger. Maybe be able to do a video on that tomorrow. But I thought I'd sit down and talk to you, being this is a hobbies channel, besides coffee. Because everybody's heard me talking about my one hobby of firearms. This here is not an original Colt. It's a Uberti replica. But it is the closest I can get to a actual 1873 revolver, and I'm showing you that it is unloaded. But not all collecting and hobbies has to be expensive. Not all collecting has to be antiques like this Elgin pocket watch, which is somewhere around, I'd say the early to mid 1900s. You could be collecting pocket watch fobs like this here. This was made in China, I'd say about the 1980s. Or you could do like what I did. I went to one of those channel pages on the computer where you bid for certain items, and sometimes you're lucky if you get it. And they had coins. They just listed it as a 1885 Liberty dollar. Well, it's a copy, and I ended up paying $2 for a copy. In fact, I don't know if I can get it to focus or not, but it says copy on the back. But you got to look for things like that. This is just good enough to sit back and say, I got a copy of one. And I know there are people that collect stamps out there, which is a very interesting hobby. I used to collect stamps. I was looking at stamps the other day, or should I say, last week, to get back into the hobby, but it's a little less expensive than model railroading. And if you're buying the common stamps, don't get me wrong, it can get expensive. If you try to go out there and buy the U.S. airmail stamp with the airplane that's upside down printed on it, that'll get expensive. I'm talking about the little stamps like what we can buy for, the forever stamps on back. The common stamps. Now, if you start getting into the real collectible ones and the rare ones, you're going to be paying an arm and leg and everything else in between. So, you got to watch your hobbies. Make sure they don't take over your entire budget. Something you can enjoy that doesn't end up taking over your house either. And if you have to, Lord forbid, if times get tough, you can either trade or sell to make sure your family is fed, bills are paid, and you have a roof over your head. That's the main ones to worry about. A gunsmith, actually a gun shop owner friend of mine, told me when I was back in Oregon, no gun is worth you losing your home, going hungry for, or your children to go hungry. That's a luxury. Make sure that your hobbies don't overtake your responsibilities. And those were some words well worth heard. And they've stuck with me. So, if your hobby is skateboarding or even video games or even postage stamps or things like that, as long as you put your necessities first and then your hobbies, that's good. And then share your hobbies with people like I try to do here on YouTube, or with your friends or your family. And you never know, you may be able to get them interested into sharing their hobbies, or even interested in getting into the hobby you're into. I know there's some people out there that do counted cross stitch as a hobby, both men and women. I know people that paint for a hobby. And there are people that do working on the computer as a hobby. Just share that hobby. Just make sure it doesn't drive you into the poorhouse. Just some good advice and some time chatting with you. You have a good evening now. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, kick back and relax. Like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. How about that? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.